Hello guys, so welcome back. This video I'm gonna show you my one of my bots that I'm using, FXCore Gold. That's doing quite well. I was using it on and off for last probably 2 years, so I know quite a lot about it. I'm gonna in this video try to show you the exact settings that I have, explain them, because guys, understand this is extremely important to at least understand how it works. I didn't understand it for a long time. I didn't think it's important. Just switched on and just let it run. That's not the way to run those bots. This is what I call somewhat like a hybrid version, where you have to sometimes have a look at it once an hour, once a half an hour, see what's going on, maybe react a little bit, change some settings, or pause it for a bit, or change the time frame at least, what you have on top. So I'm gonna try and in as easy as possible way explain the basics at least. So as you can see, the 18,000 that I made is not a clickbait. The clickbaity part maybe is because it's a cents account, so it's not really 18,000. In real terms would be like $18, but the balance was low, and I'm gonna try to build up this bot. Basically, as you can see, the balance was around 28,000 on this one, where I started a couple days ago, this week 4 days ago, and now the balance is 46,000, and we have a drawdown of 8,000. Drawdown means basically this live trades. As you can see, those lines are still active. So as you can see here, all of them are still running, some of them minus $1,000. That's why for this exact bot you need to have a bigger balance. 50,000 is minimum recommended. I started with 28. I was just testing some things, now it's 40 something, 46, but as you can see, the drawdown can go high. So first thing you need to understand, the balance is extremely important. Highly recommended start with a demo. 50,000 minimum, preferably 100,000. 100,000 in real terms is $1,000, you know, maybe not too much, maybe not too little, but that's a recommended amount. I'm trying to build up mine. You can try do it as well from like 28,000 like I did. It's up to you. You just have to understand the risks. The more this bot swings, the more it will go into that drawdown. So basic theory for almost any bot. This is a bot that is called martingale. You can change the type of orders it creates, but what martingale means is that you've got this multiplier. So as you can see, these orders here, let's say here you start with 001, and then every next one is a multiplier of the previous one. Why does it do it? To make it closer to when the price swings back in, you don't have to go back to the price that you first opened the order. Like this case would be 41. You would be able to go to, let's say we are now at 26, and the first order was there on 41. So in how these things work, you need those swings, and let's say we started here with this 41, it swinged back. So this 41 was probably somewhere there a while back, 2 days ago, and then we started there, it went down, it keeps adding. As you can see, it keeps growing, 0 to 0 to 0 3, keeps going, it goes very high. It reached here. As you can see, you've got orders here from here until here, and the price is somewhere in the middle. So now to make profit, to go to make, you know, decent money, because of this martingale, it doesn't have to go back here to make this decent money, because it kept adding these layers. Each time was a little bit bigger. It has to go probably somewhere around here. This bot doesn't have a take profit number. It has just like a crazy high numbers, so they are not relevant. It just closes itself at some point. It just closes. So probably roughly around this area, when the price goes back there, it will close them in a decent profit. That 18,000 was something like that. Doesn't have to go back to the top where it started, but obviously, as you can see, the range is quite big, from 42 to 18, let's say. So that's over $20. That's what you need this money for, because this is a huge huge range, and you need to make sure you make that you have that money to let it run its course like that, and just wait basically. So here you can visually see what happened exactly when I started it on the 18th. This is what the swings that I'm talking about. This, you see this red lines is when it had, I think, sell orders, and the blue ones are buy orders, or other way around, doesn't matter. It just keeps adding those layers, as you can see, keeps adding, and once it reaches certain price, this one might be a buy order even, it closes them, so it doesn't have to go back to the bottom or to the first order. It just closes them with a decent profit. Then it piles up another group of orders. It does it even while these ones are still running, so even in the opposite direction. And then when it reaches certain good price, it's got some algorithm a bit unclear to me, because other bots are really clear. They show like take profit price exactly. This one doesn't, and it just closes when it's ready, when it has a good amount of profit. And as you can see, there was a huge spike. Hopefully, I think that went in my way. That's why it made so much money, 18,000. That's why it's very important for you to understand. If you switch it on, I cannot guarantee to make 18,000 next week. There is a lot of factors. If this would go against me, let's say like that, maybe it would, cause huge trouble to my account. That's why I need this huge balance. You have to understand all those differences, all those things. Maybe if I knew that this is gonna spike so hard, I would switch off the bot before it, or just switch off the auto trading, just pause it and maybe wait for this to settle. This all little details that will help you, not to get into trouble. And now I'm gonna show you the settings that I have that are very important for that, to maintain that. So in terms of setting every single bot, obviously the most important thing here is the time frame. I'm using this one on 5 minute. Sometimes I'm planning to switch to 15 to see how it runs. 1 minute is basically very risky, very fast. It adds the layers. That's how they work basically. In this case, every minute, if the price moves, it will just add another one. So as you can see here, I think this might be the 1 minute where it just keeps adding, and then 5 minutes, obviously the price has more time to move, and it's adding more distance from one another. This is also called the grid. So you can have actually settings here for the grid. You can increase that. If you increase that, you have more space, let's call it, less money in the drawdown, because it will just open every 150, let's say. This basically means 100 is $1. In gold, in other instruments is different, so you just need to check it, but in gold it would be $1, so you can increase it to $1.50, something like that. Also play with it. But let me just show you the two most important things here in this bot, which will also help you with other bots. One thing is this here, max buy trades. So not all of the bots have this kind of settings. FXCore has a lot of settings, and it's very good, to change whatever you need for yourself, but obviously very hard to understand what's going on here, because it's a huge amount of settings. But in other bots you'll probably see something like that as well. Depends if they have the settings, but some of them have. And max buy trades and sell trades and max slot here are probably the most important. The martingale that I just showed you is also important, but you won't be changing that. Probably this is not something that you change on a daily basis. What I do change on a daily basis are those two. So you can start here with 0, which will basically go forever, keep adding new trades. These trades here that we have in drawdown now, and I had it like unlimited, but I changed it to 20 first, Now I changed it to 30. Why did I do that? Because as you can see here, it kept adding, and what I wanted to have this kind of bigger space when I saw that the gold was still going in one direction, let's say, and I just wanted to add it more. So what you can do is, let's say, you can start with 20 and then you still see, you know, nothing happens, let's say, and every day or every couple hours maybe add like 1 or 2, let's say, so you have like 5 more days, you know, adding 2, and this will add obviously new layer in a different place, and that new layer brings you closer to when the next big swing comes, you can close it. So that's how I do it right now. I'm not sure if it's the best way. Some people say obviously just leave it 0 and just go with it, but it depends also how much money you have, how big balance as well. This way you can control it somewhat. So as you understand, all of this counts, and now if the price, let's say, goes here and I've got, you know, all them already purchased, you know, it won't add any more, but then I can just simply change this number to 32, let's say, and it will add some more here, and that will also help, you know, not to increase the drawdown that much, but bring the price closer, that when it swings back up it will close much faster with a nice profit. So this is one of the most important settings that I use, that I change every day. This hard stop loss no, and max lot as well. This depends obviously on the balance as well hugely. Some people leave it, you know, 0, then it can go, I think max is, depends on the broker, but can be like 99 lot, which is pretty scary. It might close in profit much faster because it might require a very small swing back, but as you might imagine, or maybe you don't have experience yet, 99 lot is quite a lot. This is for kind of balances, you know, 400,000, 500,000 probably, and sometimes, you know, if you're not lucky, you can get in really big trouble really fast. So once I lost $4 million on this bot. Luckily it was a demo account, that's why it's recommended to run on demo. I made like from 500,000 I think to 4 million in like 2 weeks or something. It was a huge increase. I think I have a video on that, and then it lost it all, 4 million. So that would be 4 million would be $40,000 in real life, 4 million in the cents account. So huge swings. It can make money, can lose money, so be careful. That's why I started with this 1.79, because I just basically looked at what it adds, as you can see here in this sizes, basically when it starts 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 16. This is the martingale, just keeps adding more different ones, and 1.79 was like the next one after 132. So I had like a 2, but I just changed to 179. It doesn't really matter, it's a small difference, but just make sure maybe not too much in the beginning. Try to understand what it does, how it works, because as you can see, I've got already here $9,000 in drawdown. So you know, with my balance, like not even 50,000 as recommended, it's somewhere there. But as you can see as well, I already maxed out my orders, so I might, you know, might be not today because it's weekend almost, so it's going to stop for the weekend. But next week, if it continues like that, what I'm gonna do, basically increase this max orders. It will just keep adding, but leave the max slot as it is. Maybe, you know, if I increase that would help me faster, but you have to really understand this max slot. When you increase that and you have a lot of them open like that, it really adds up really fast, so just be careful with that. And that's it, guys. The rest of the settings are quite same, or maybe not very used, but I want you to play with those two: max buys, max sells, and the max lot, which are very important to see if you understand how it works, how it can quickly make you money and lose money as well. So hopefully you'll be on the good side. The rest you can copy from here, from screen, or I can give you those settings, but the most important thing here to take out is to understand why it opens, when it opens, how can you avoid trouble. You know, you've got the news filter as well here. I would recommend at least checking daily what's going on. If there is some big dollar news, high news they're called, high impact news, especially something like NFP, FOMC, just be aware of that. Try to add it. You know, for me in the beginning it was all black magic. I didn't understand it, I couldn't figure it out, I didn't care about the news. Now I'm, you know, on top of it, and it just takes time and you know, understanding what can affect you, because if you manage to, let's say, switch off before big news, it might help you out and not to get into trouble. So any questions, let me know, and thank you for watching.